So many people that want to get into Forex trading go about it the wrong way, especially new and beginner traders that have been thinking about getting into trading, Forex trading in particular. We are already 7 months into 2021. And if you're one of those people who have been on the fence about getting into Forex trading, is it for you? Can you make money? Can you be profitable? And can you make a living out of it? Then this video is for you. Since I've been trading full-time for over a year now, I've come across new traders that want to get into it, struggling traders, and even professional traders. And I now have a lot of wisdom, I believe, and a lot of knowledge on what makes a successful trader and what other traders that are struggling and losing money, what they are doing wrong. Unfortunately, we have been given a perception of trading that you can become an overnight millionaire, and that is so far from the truth. So in this video, I'm going to set some realistic expectations and some goals. I'm going to give you a guide, how to start trading, where to go, resources. And to answer that question you all want to hear, yes, you can make a full-time income off Forex trading, but there are going to be some things you have to put in place, and we're going to talk about those in this video. If you stick to the end, I'm going to give you a few extra tips on how to make a living out of trading. I'll put the timestamp in here if you want to skip straight to it, but I recommend you watch the rest of this video. It's going to give you more detail in what you need to have set up before you even think about quitting your job and trading full time. So if you are watching this video for the sole purpose that you want to bring in some extra income on the side, or you simply want to get into Forex trading and eventually make it your full-time income, then the first step and the first thing I want you to do is not get educated or anything, is I want you to get a pen and paper and write down why. What will trading accomplish and bring into your life? Trading is going to be hard, and you're going to need something, a motivating factor, and you're going to have to attach emotions to that motive to pull you through when times get tough, especially when you're in your beginning stages. Trading requires a lot of work, and it is going to take some time. Don't expect to be generating consistent profits in a week, a month, even a year, even 2 years. It can take a lot of time to really dig deep and understand the financial markets, how to read price action, developing a system, backtesting, and on top of that, handling your emotions when you start trading live money. Another thing I want to quickly add as well, which is another harsh truth, is if you have $500 or $1,000 on the side that you can use for a trading account, that is not going to replace your income. And the likelihood of you blowing that account is very high, because you're going to start risking way more than 1% on that account, because you're going to want to start bringing in more money. And that is the complete opposite of how you want to approach trading. So if you want, pause this video, go get a pen and paper and write down what you want to get out of this. Why do you want to trade? What's it going to achieve in your life? Is it going to bring in more money so you can be more financially secure? Is it going to bring in, extra money? Because why? Like, ask yourself over and over again, why do you want to do this? And just to have more money simply isn't going to cut it. You got to dig deeper and really start attaching things to it. Just a quick example, my why and what I get up every morning and motivates me is financial security and financial freedom. I love waking up in the morning and being in control of my day, and I don't have to answer to anyone. That is my why. It's what keeps me motivated. And on top of that, it gives me financial security for myself and my family, and also future generational wealth. So once you have that written down, once you've set a purpose why you want to get into trading, the next thing I want you to do is get educated. And I don't mean jump on YouTube and watch a quick video on how to trade, this 15-minute scalping strategy. I want you to really get serious about your education. Don't skimp on it, don't cut corners, and make sure you really understand one of the concepts in trading before you move on to the next aspect. What I mean by that is, let's say you get into trading, the first thing you learn about is support and resistance. Until you really understand what support and resistance is, you should not be moving on to, let's say, learning how to read Japanese candlesticks. You want to make sure you really get the idea of what's happening in the market and fully understand it before you move on. Because as you start stacking all these aspects on top of your trading education, so your price action patterns, reading price action, candlesticks, trends, how to read trends, supply and demand, support and resistance, double tops, double bottoms, and even chucking in some indicators in there and understanding how indicators work in the financial market, you can get very overwhelmed, and you may even start questioning your knowledge on support and resistance when you get into the chart and start drawing it. You may question, is this right? And as soon as you question yourself, it's game over. So how exactly do you get educated in trading? Now, there is so much information available online. It's quite overwhelming, and there are so many ways and methods to trade that makes it very complicated for new traders. I would recommend going to www.babypips.com and get a very basic education from how the markets move and everything like that from that website. It will really give you detailed explanations of what's happening in trading, how the markets move, price action, how to read price action, indicators, support resistance, trends, how to read trends, everything like that, which will give you a very nice basic foundation. Understanding that kind of basic knowledge, being able to translate what a price chart is telling you is going to be your first step into succeeding in becoming a profitable trader. This now brings us on to step 3. If you've gotten a piece of paper and you've gotten serious and real about trading, you've set realistic expectations and you've understanding why you want to get into trading, and then you've moved on to step number 2 and you've built a solid foundation, now we can get into strategy or system development, or you can find a system online. A strategy is your edge, essentially. It's what's going to shift the probabilities into your favor and what's going to generate consistent profits out of the market. It's where you get into the market, so your entry signal. Why do you enter the market? It's going to be your stop loss. Where do you place your stop loss? So if the trade's not going your way, if the market will get you out, and it's where you take profits. That is essentially your edge or your strategy. And then you have to build that into a system. A system is those 3 things I just said. So your entry, your stop, and your targets, but it's also trade management. It's how you manage those trades, and it's all these other risk things inside your trading plan that will give you the best probabilities and the best way to stay on track and be profitable in the long term. Strategy development is basically using all of the knowledge we learned in step 2 with price actions, patterns, and finding repeatable patterns that happen in the market. You'll be surprised how many patterns or how many occurrences repeat themselves in the Forex market. Every single entry, exit, and take profit will never be the exact same, but the process that we bring ourselves to the charts and how we execute on that, our trading plan, our edge, will be consistent until it stops making us money. Just going a little bit deeper into what a strategy is, like I was explaining earlier with support and resistance, let's just say price comes up to a resistance area and you see an indecision candle or a doji candle, which you should have learning how to read candlesticks. You can then maybe place a at market sell order, which will put you in the market. Once you place that sell order, you can put your stop loss, let's just say 25 pips above the high of that indecision candle. And then you can set your take profit at 50 pips below. What that essentially is a system. You know why you're getting in, which is the indecision candle. You know where you are entering, you know where you're putting your stop loss, and you know where you're taking targets. So that is essentially your edge. So every time going forward, when you show up at your desk and you see price approaching a resistance area, if you get a indecision candle at that resistance area, then you enter next bar market, you put your stop loss 10 pips, 25 pips, whatever you want to do above that candle, and then you put your take profit 50 pips below. That is your consistency. That is your edge. And let's just say that has a positive expectancy, which means if you take 100 of those trades, 65, 70 of those trades will be winners. And if you put risk to reward in your favor, which is once again, all part of the system and how well you develop your system, or once again, if you find one online, such as the ASFX system, you need to be putting risk to reward in your favor. So if you take a trade and you risk $10, you should be getting at least $15, $20 out of that trade every time. What that will do is that will just shift probabilities onto your side, and it'll also make you profitable over X amount of trades. You want to start building out your trade plan at this point as well. Your trade plan consists of many things. I won't go into too much detail in this video, but your trade plan needs to have a clear set of defined rules of what you are doing going forward. When you get to your charts every day, when you get to your computer, you should know exactly what you are doing. This is going to be your way of consistency. When you show up every day, you know exactly what you're looking for. If something happens in the market, then you know what to do next. If that happens, then you know what to do next. If that happens, then you know what to do next. You have a process, a consistent process that is proven to make money over time. That is the essence of trading. That's the essence of systematic trading. Of course, there are a few other things that go into it, which we'll get onto in a minute, but you need to start developing your trade plan while you're doing strategy development, or if you find one online. In step 4, it's basically testing. You want to test to make sure this strategy you have developed or you've found online or gotten from another mentor is profitable. I've tested a lot on the ASFX systems and has about a 65% win rate, which means over 100 trades, you'll win 65 trades and lose 35. And once, like I was saying before, once again, if you have risk to reward in your profile, so if you risk $10 and you take profit is 20, you will be very profitable doing that. Testing a strategy is what's going to give you the confidence you need to take the trades in the live market. Understanding the system is one thing. Knowing how the system performs is a whole different ball game that every trader needs to understand. I have put together a backtesting spreadsheet. You can go and check that out. I've got the link up here. You can go check out the backtesting spreadsheet. If you are serious about trading and you really want to generate consistent profits in the financial market, you need to be testing your strategy. You need to know the outcome. You need to know the numbers, and you need to know how it performs. This is the essence of every successful trader I have talked to, is knowing how the system works and backtesting. You need to know the strategy may work, let's say on GBP USD, but it may not work on Euro USD. And without testing that, you are trading blindly. You are risking money on Euro USD when the strategy simply doesn't work. Not every strategy is going to work across every single pair, and that is why testing is crucial. So just going over the steps we have covered so far. Number 1, get real, get serious, know your why. Number 2 is build a solid foundation of price action. Number 3 is strategy development. Get ready for your trade plan and start writing clear defined rules. And then step 4 is backtest. We just talked about that. With backtesting, like I was saying, use your trade plan and use those rules that you have written down to execute those trades in historic data. Backtesting is literally previous price data. It's historic data, patterns that have happened in the past, and we are simply profiting off those patterns with probabilities that are shifted in our favor. Now this brings me on to step number 6, and that is open a demo account. This is where things get really interesting. Once you have mastered all those 5 steps, step 6 is where things get real. You are now going to build a routine of consistency. What time do you show up at the desk? What pairs do you trade? And what system or strategy are you trading? You need to follow that trade plan, like I was saying earlier, with complete precision. You can't let your opinions or emotion into your trading plan. Your trading plan, like I was saying, is your back-tested results. It's the profitability of the system. And as soon as you let emotions in there or opinions, that is game over. You're gonna start making mistakes, revenge trading, and so many other emotional aspects come into play here. With demo trading, I don't care if it's a $1,000 account or a $1 million account. You need to treat both of them the exact same. You can't think it's only $1,000, I'm gonna risk 10%, or it's only $10 loss. It's not. It's the habit that will make you a consistently profitable trader. It's not about the money, the monetary figure. It's what you are doing, how you are handling your emotions, and how well you are following your trading plan. If you can't consistently trade a $1,000 account, you will not consistently trade a $100,000 account. It's as simple as that, and it's the hard truth. This is where trading gets real. What I would recommend, coming back to demo trading, is you want to at least demo trade, I'm going to say a minimum of 3 months, or until you can prove to yourself that you are consistently profitable and you can handle your emotions and you are following your plan to a T. We are human, we're gonna slip up and we're gonna make mistakes, and that is fine. But you gotta remember, you gotta get rid of the ego. You gotta really be humble with yourself and understand that, yes, a lot of us get into trading for the money, but you gotta be focusing on the process and not the outcome. I've said that so many times in my other videos. If you're rocking up to the desk and you are excited to make, $1,000, $500, $10,000, that's not kind of the approach you want. You want to get to the desk and be excited to follow your plan. You want to be focusing on making one good trade after one good trade, and process over outcome. It's as simple as that. You don't need to worry about the outcome, because if you show up with that mentality of I'm going to make 5 grand today, and let's say you lose 2.5, you are going to revenge trade and you are going to really dig a massive hole for yourself. This brings me to step 7, and that is, once you can prove to yourself that you are confident trading demo, you have mastered somewhat of your trading emotions, then you can go and put in live money, and that's a whole nother game changer. That's a whole different ball game to play, because yes, backtesting and demo trading isn't exactly the same as trading your hard-earned money. It's a different feeling, and you can't stimulate that. You can't simulate real money unless you literally go get a $100 bill and go chuck it away. You're not going to simply do that, because yes, it hurts us losing money. I hate losing money in trading, but I'm okay with it now. In the earlier days, it was really personal, and I lost sleep over it, and it was only like $100 I was losing. Once you understand to detach yourself from the trading, your trading is not you, and you follow on the process and you understand losses are necessary, it's a whole emotional and psychological game. You need to really get in tune with yourself on step 7 when trading real money. That's why the best advice I can give anyone, if you've done step 1 to 6, you've demonstrated, you're confident, start small. And when I mean small, put $100, $500, $1,000, whatever you can afford, and only risk 0.5%. So if you got $1,000 in the account, you're only risking $5. So if you do take a loss, it's only $5. And then going forward, build your account. Once you build that account to, let's say, 1,250, 1,500, then put in a little bit of extra money, not too much, because you want to grow steadily. If you get emotional from taking a $10 loss, imagine taking a $1,000 loss. It is not nice, especially if you aren't prepared for it. But if you grow that account steadily and you control your emotions, you will be an amazing trader, and you will come out on the other side very profitable. It's where a lot of traders go wrong with trading, is trading psychology. And it's why 95% of traders fail. It's because they literally can't handle their emotions, and they have the wrong mindset going into it. They want to make a lot of money and they want to make it quick, when in reality, it's far from the truth. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose consistent money, but if you're not following a system and you're not following your emotions, and you're not on top of yourself and controlling your ego and not following a back-tested plan, and you're revenge trading, it's just going to be a mess, and you're going to dig yourself into a massive hole. I've realized I've messed up the steps, but let's just recap on what I've been talking about. So number 1 is get real, get serious, know your why. Number 2 is build a solid foundation on price action, know what you're looking at, and understand what's happening in the market and why it's happening. Number 3 is system development, or find one online that suits you, your personality, and your lifestyle. Number 4 is backtest, know the system, get your trade plan out, clear defined rules, and backtest it in historic data. I've done multiple videos on this you can go check out. I'll put the link up here. Number 5 is open a demo account and start taking it seriously. You need to really focus in on this part, because what you do in your demo account will reflect what you do on a real account. And that brings me to number 6. Go live. You got to start handling your emotions. It's a different ball game completely from trading demo to live money. Once again, if you're not comfortable taking losses, you need to get comfortable taking losses. It's going to happen, part of the process. Be process driven, not outcome. Don't worry if you didn't make money trading today. As long as you followed your plan, if no setups presented, you did a good job. So if you want to trade full time, there are a few things you need to have in place, set up. And one of those things is no debt. If you have debt and you have bills to pay and you want to quit your job with no income, it's going to be very, very stressful to trade, because you're going to go days, weeks without taking any trades, hence not bringing in any income. Especially if you only have a $5,000, $10,000 trading account, it's going to be very stressful, trading and trying to pay the bills and the lifestyle. So number one, don't have any debts. Number two is you're gonna wanna have a cash buffer. I'm gonna say a minimum of 3 months, but I would recommend at least a minimum of 6 months living expenses. So if that's money to pay the mortgage, the rent, bills, utilities, pretty much what it costs you per month to live, have 6 months of that in a separate account ready to go. Because that's just gonna relax your brain. It's gonna give you much more focus and you're not gonna be panicking to, make money out of Forex. And number three is treat it like a business. This isn't a hobby. You aren't dabbling in it. If you really want to go full time with trading, treat it like a business. You're gonna have to put in the work. You're gonna have to dedicate hours to it. You're gonna have to show up consistently and be professional about it. You're gonna take losses, which is simply the cost of doing business, and that is okay. As traders, our expenses are low. We can trade from home. We can trade from anywhere in the world with our phone, depending on our systems and the complexity of our strategy. But essentially, we don't have to really drive anywhere. We can save a lot on expenses. So as long as you have no debt, you have a minimum of 3 months cash buffer, and you treat it like a business, and you can prove to yourself for a minimum of 6 to 12 months that you can be profitable and you have a decent amount of cash set aside, then you can look to going full time with trading and, escaping the rat race and quitting your job. I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you've stuck around to the end here, I really appreciate you guys checking this out. If you have any comments or want to know anything more, drop a comment below in the comment box and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Once again, I really want to develop, and I've been saying this for a while, and I've even have some things I'm working on, but I'm a perfectionist and I'm trying to get things right. I want to provide the trading community with great education for free. There is a lot of stuff out there, a lot of resources. YouTube has some great information. Baby Pips has some great information. Even on my YouTube channel, I'm trying to develop a lot of videos that will just help new traders or struggling traders. But if I can have a platform, I'm working on a website, I'm working on these videos, and I'm also working on a course still. I was doing this in, late 2020. I started to put something together. I'm still working on it day by day. And I think the perfectionist in me needs to kind of disappear. And I just need to really focus on providing the value, no matter how good or bad it is, and just get it out there for you guys. So once again, I appreciate you guys sticking through this. I hope it has helped you, with the questions you had. If you got any value and you liked the video, smash that thumbs up button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help the YouTube algorithm get this to other traders. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified for any new content I release. Once again, I appreciate you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.